'Cause that's what you deserve. You sacrifice so much of your life in order for this to work. Well, I'm out chasing my own dreams, sailing around the world. Please know that I'm yours to keep, my beautiful girl. When you cry, a piece of my heart dies, knowing that I may have been the cause. If you...
Ernie and Lori Horner, do you give your daughter, this beautiful young woman, to be married to this young man before me?
We do.
George and Paula Houston, do you give your son, this handsome young man, to be married to this young woman before me?
We do.
Thank you. It is often said that love makes the world go round. However, without doubt, it's friendship, which keeps our spinning existence on an even keel. True friendship provides so many of the essentials for a happy life. It is the mortar which bonds us together in harmony. True friendship holds a mirror to our foibles and failings without destroying our sense of worthiness. Erica and Wesley came together as friends. Today they pledge to each other not only their love, but also their strength, their warmth, and most importantly, the fun of true friendship. With friendship comes social contracts and promises. May the promises you make together to one another be lived out to the end of your lives in a movement of profoundest joy. Marriage is about love, right? Well, not always. I mean, people sometimes marry for money, they marry for citizenship, but it really should be about love, right? So what is love, really? It can be a philosophical question, so let's try to narrow down this definition. Let's begin with Plato. At the touch of love, everyone becomes a poet. And then some poet came around and said, love with a love that was more than love, Edgar Allan Poe. Then a scientist got pretty tired of writing equations all day, and he had to say, when you trip over love, it's easy to get up. But when you fall in love, it's impossible to stand again. Einstein. Have you ever been in love? It makes you so vulnerable. It opens up your chest and opens up your heart. And it means that someone can get inside you and mess you up. Neil Gaiman. And to quote Walt Whitman, we were together. I forget the rest. It can be difficult to express that love transcends our vocabulary. But we know what we feel. So to get to the heart of the matter, I asked these two, Erica and Wesley, what they think love is. Now, I asked them individually, so neither of them have heard what the other's reply was until today. And here's what they had to say. Erica's definition. Anyone who has been in love knows that it cannot be defined. But I'm sure my witty, soon-to-be husband, who is smooth with words, will find a way. But nonetheless, if I had to try to pinpoint love, I would argue that to love, you must give yourself so fully and deeply, your concern is no longer for yourself, but instead for your partner. Sure, you could say love is getting butterflies in your stomach when you hold hands, or watching your partner sleep soundly, thinking about how peaceful they look. Or a willingness to be present for your partner, for any hardships you might face. But really, no motives, just selfless caring for one another is what makes not just love, but everlasting love. And with that altruism comes a collaboration of life, a synergy in which the pair can grow and learn and mold a story together. Yes, that's love, I guess. Well, you can see Erica's intelligence coming through, can't you? Wait till I get to Wes's here. You'll see a different situation. That's beautiful. Thank you. According to Wes, they say that when you practice standing in front of an audience, you are supposed to picture them naked. Of course, standing in front of your bride, however, is the opposite. You are naked. All your laundry is aired out behind you, and you are naked as a hairy, flawed man with countless imperfections. And by the look in her eyes, you are, for some reason, something she wants to spend the rest of her life looking at. And from somewhere in the center of yourself, maybe from your gut, maybe from your throat, and eventually you spit out the words, "I love you," and "Will you marry me?" And because that look in her eye responds to you instantly, you are gifted with the ability to stop the motion of time. But at the same time, you are disadvantaged in a kind of way that will make you burn the pancakes on Sunday morning, or in the kind of way that will make you forget everything else you ever wanted. At this moment, that is my exact definition of love. Is there anyone here who does not want to see these two get married? Is there anyone here who would love to see these two get married? Wesley.
Yes.
How you feeling? Do you, Wesley, choose to marry Erica, to speak the words that will join you with her as your wife for the rest of the days of your life? Do you, Erica, choose to marry Wesley, to speak the words that will join you with him as your husband for the rest of the days of your life? I choose you to be my wife.
Erica, I choose you to be my wife.
I promise freely from this day forward
I promise freely from this day forward
to be worthy of your trust,
to be worthy of your trust,
to be generous with my time and energy and love,
to be generous with my time and energy and love,
to be patient with you and with myself,
to be patient with you and myself,
to trust you,
to trust you,
to be devoted to you and our life together.
to be devoted to you and the life we have together.
These things I pledge before you
These things I pledge before you
and our friends and our family.
and our friends and our family.
Erica, repeat after me. Wesley, I choose you to be my husband.
Wesley, I choose you to be my husband.
I promise freely from this day forward
I promise freely from this day forward
to be worthy of your trust,
to be worthy of your trust,
to be generous with my time, my energy, and my love.
to be generous with my time, my energy, and my love.
I trust you,
I trust you.
to be devoted to you and our life together.
To be devoted to you and our life together.
These things I pledge before you, our friends, and our family.
These things I pledge before you, our friends, and our family.
Thank you. These vows you have said are to be taken seriously. But remember, don't take yourselves too seriously. This is the beauty in humor. There is a significant vulnerability in a life of laughter and joy. And if you ever find yourselves in an argument with one another, just try to laugh it off. To the groom. Wes, if she's had a bad day at work and she's taking it out on you, just put a rubber snake in her pajama drawer. Okay. To Erica, if he's watching too much ESPN and not paying attention to you, just pick up the phone and pretend to call the cable company and tell them you want to cancel and discontinue the sports package and subscribe to the Cake Boss channel. Can do that. Thank you. The key is humor. Sooner or later it comes down to the line that you might buy a t-shirt that says "I'm was stupid" or a coffee mug that says "World's most okayest husband." The humor might be at some point the same jokes and same stories repeated over and over, and eventually you will beat one another to the punchlines. That's what old couples tend to do, and this all might seem a bit corny. But hopefully these people will share a love someday so mature, so rich, that they too will live happily in a relationship of friendship, humor, bad puns, repeating the same jokes and stories as if they were brand new. just like your father does, Wes. I'm going to read a passage from Anne Morrow Lindbergh's Gift from the Sea. The only real security in not owning or possessing, not in demanding or expecting, not in hoping even, security in a relationship lies in looking back to what was in nostalgia, nor looking forward to what might be in dread anticipation, but living in the present relationship and accepting it as it is now. Relationships must be like islands. One must accept them for what they are here and now, within their limits, islands, surrounded, interrupted by the sea, and continually visited and abandoned by the tides. And now for the rings. Wesley, repeat after me. I give you this ring to wear upon your hand as a symbol of our unity, love, respect, and fidelity.
I give this ring
To wear upon your hand
to wear upon your hand
as a symbol of our unity,
as a symbol of our unity,
love,
love,
respect,
respect,
and fidelity.
and fidelity.
Erica, repeat after me. I give you this ring to wear upon your hand
I give you this ring to wear upon your hand
as a symbol of our unity, love, respect, and fidelity.
as a symbol of our love, respect, fidelity.
As a symbol of our unity, love, respect, and fidelity. Yeah, you got it. I can give Erica more words in a row than I can Wes. That's the beauty of this whole thing. These rings from this day forward will signify your bond, a bond forged from hardship, hard work, and harmony. By the looks of it, you have a bright and shiny future ahead of yourselves. Cherish these rings as you cherish this moment. Here's the deal with wedding bands. You're excited to wear them at first. You know, in a few days, it'll be like you have this weird thing on your finger. They start to feel a little funny. You know, the urge to take them off, but don't. Eventually, they become part of you. And sometimes if you gain weight or you eat a salty lunch and your fingers are a little bit fatter, they become impossible to take off. That's okay, because you're stuck with each other. No matter how bloated you may become. So, and what happens later, truly, you feel strange if you're not wearing with feathers, and that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. To Wes and Erica, look around. Look at all these people who've come from all over the place to be here today. Everyone here loves and hopes the best for you too. Wesley and Erica, you have exchanged vows and rings and consented to marry in the presence of these fine people. By the authority vested in me by the state of California, I pronounce you husband and wife.
Yay.
You may now kiss the bride.
Oh.
I now present to you Wesley and Erica Houston.